What's up, Jets Nation? Let's rant a little bit. I've been back on my meds this week, so I'm not about to go off on Sanchez and the offense. So I'm a little bit more reserved right now. But I definitely have some stuff to go over. I want to talk about the defense and what's wrong with it, in particular our linebackers, because tons of people are going to talk about the quarterback, and I'm sure Frank and Hans and Wesley, they're going to get into the quarterback. So I want to focus in on the defense, because I know the Sanchez supporters will probably get on me if I start rambling about Sanchez, and I don't feel like fighting on Twitter anymore with anybody, because it's getting old, it's getting sick. There's too much jet on jet crime out there. We got some other idiots to worry about, like the Bills Mafia and the Patriot fans and all those guys. So let's settle down. Let's find some real problems with the Jets, because, yeah, the number one problem is quarterback. I think even Stevie Wonder could see that. But anyway, first person to be benched, again, besides the quarterback, has to be Calvin Pace. Now, this guy is awful. He's been awful since he's got here. He's robbed the Jets blind. He's made over, I think, $14 million already since 2008. The contract he got here was absurd. $21 million guaranteed. It was just ridiculous. One of the worst contracts the Jets have ever paid out to a player. And for whatever reason, this guy does not get any negative attention. He's just there. It hasn't been up until late that people have actually noticed how bad of a player he actually is. Now, you're not going to be able to cut him now. Not going to happen anyway. It's weeks, we're going into week, 5? Or going to week 6. Doesn't make sense to cut him, but you got to start taking his role. You got to start decreasing his role. Him along with Bart Scott. You could survive with a Brian Thomas. I know he's making less than $1 million this year. He's already been cut and brought back with the injury. He sets the edge. He makes plays against the run. He's fine. But you cannot survive with a Calvin Pace and a Brian Thomas. So you need some kind of speed on the edge. You need somebody to drop back in coverage. When you see Calvin Pace dropping back in coverage, it is hideous. Next year, he's set to make, I think, $12 million against the cap next year, Calvin Pace. But if you can cut him and save $8.5 million. So there would be about $3 million in dead money if you cut him. I think the Jets just have to bite the bullet and do it. You got to bring in some younger legs. This guy is washed up. Watching him drop back in coverage, watching him try to get to the quarterback, it's as if there's a vault around him and he tries to get in and he's like a mime working his way around it. It's ridiculous. He's horrible. He's got to start taking some of the blame, because he's just been brutal. Bart Scott, too, another guy who will most likely come off the books this year. You got to start getting in Demario Davis, working him in. I don't care if Maven can't do anything. The threat of some speed off the edge is better than having Calvin Pace diving in and missing ankle tackles. This guy's got to go. You got to draft 2 linebackers next year, and you got to bring in a body that can get after the quarterback, or else we'll be looking at the same defense again. You'll see guys like Copels and Kendrick Ellis playing, and that's why we're struggling against the run, because these guys aren't ready yet. Whether it's technique, whether it's, gelling as a unit, you're going to lose DeVito after this year, too. He's a free agent. And who knows about Baua, too, because he's banged up. So the Jets are going to have to, bring in some new, fresh guys and out with the older guys. But Wilkerson and Copels, they're going to be here for a while. They got to play better. But, that's just my thought right now on Calvin Pace, because, I've been on this guy for 2-3 years now, and it just seems like finally everybody's coming aboard. They get the hell out of here, Calvin Pace. But Rex got to swallow his ego a little bit here and start playing some of the kids.